Not only was William Taft an impactful politician, but he was a compassionate and sympathetic political figure who wanted to do good for the United States and its territories overseas.
Born in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1857, William Howard Taft was born the son of a distinguished judge and grew up to graduate from Yale and practice law. He made great lengths as a judge in Ohio, appointed to a federal circuit at the age of 34, and aspired to become a Supreme Court judge.
Helen Herron Taft, Taft's wife, had other aspirations in mind for her husband. She urged him to continue the Rooseveltian program of progressive reforms. While Roosevelt started the progressive reforms, Taft finished it and helped shape vital American laws and social reforms. He taught at Yale until he was appointed to the Supreme Court by President Harding. Eventually, Theodore Roosevelt backed Taft as the next president in the election of 1908, where he defeated other progressive candidates. He was the only man in American history to hold the highest position in both the executive branch and the judicial branch.
Taft was the first civilian governor of the Philippines in 1900. He improved the economy, infrastructure, and overall conditions in the Philippines. He was sympathetic towards the Filipinos and believed they needed guidance. In his governorship, he ended military brutality, drafted the island's constitution with a Bill of Rights, established a judicial and civil service system, and opened healthcare facilities. He also distributed 390,000 acres of land purchased from the Vatican to the Filipinos with low-cost mortgages. William Taft was adored by the Filipinos for his even-handed governing of the land.
One of Taft's most acknowledged accomplishments was implementing dollar diplomacy. This foreign policy instituted that America would use its power to promote economical advances and an increase of American influence in foreign countries while lowering European impact in the Western Hemisphere. The dollar diplomacy policy made the National State Department more active than ever and was in direct support of bankers and businessmen in taking advantage of privileges in foreign countries, not just the United States.
In his presidency, legislation passed the Mann-Elkins Act in 1910. The Mann-Elkins Act powerfully used the Interstate Commerce Act and suspended the increasing of railroad rates by setting them to a standard price. This act was beneficial to the protection of the common man, who was taken advantage by big businesses and the corrupt railroad companies.
Taft strived to improve the nation for the citizens of the United States. He supported the 16th and 17th Amendments, providing citizens with direct election of senators and federal income tax. Additionally, Taft granted New Mexico and Arizona statehood. Later, Taft established the Bureau of Mines and the Federal Children's Bureau, among other new agencies.
Taft was aggressive when it came to enforcing antitrust legislation. For example, Taft and his board pursued the suing of the Standard Oil Company, one of the largest monopolies at that time. Taft helped break up unfair and extremely high prices, and he worked hard to break up big businesses in general, which gained him a lot of support from progressives.